The basic building block of any Canvas course is the Rich Content Editor. This can be found on any page that allows you to edit text, and I'm going to walk you through the features. So I'm going to click Edit and go into the Content Editor. Takes a moment to load up. Now the first thing I want to show you is that by default you have this small area. You can grab this little tab here and make this bigger. You can even click this button and go to full screen. So keep in mind you don't have to be limited to that small space. I'm going to go ahead and keep it in full screen for this. So let me show you the controls across the top. The first one, and I'm going to highlight some text here so we'll have an example. The first one is changing your point size. So this is how you can quickly make your text bigger or smaller. The second one is some preset formatting. So this one's in paragraph format now, but I can change it to heading 3 and it gets a little bigger. And I can change it to heading 2, it gets even bigger than that. These are your basic controls. You can bold something, you can italicize something, or underline something. And you'll notice that when those things are active, it has the red caret over the top of it. So clicking it again turns those things off. These next two buttons let you change colors. So this one lets you change the color of the font itself. So I can make it green. I can also go down and choose to remove the color, making it black. Or I can even click the palette and I can have a little bit more control over the color and pick any shade that I want. Or if I know the code for a color, so particular blue that I like is 008 1AF, and that gives me that nice shade of blue. The next button is exactly the same thing, except it's for background color of text. So you can give the text a background color. Next we have Superscript Subscript. So if you're typing exponents, so if I want to do 42 squared, I can highlight my 2 there that I want to be the squared and click this and I get it as superscript. You could also click the arrow here and get your subscript option as well. Next we've got links. This button allows you to put hyperlinks in, and there are a couple different hyperlinks. If I just click it by default, it's going to be the typical link where I put the text of the link in here, so I want it to say link, but I want it to go to google.com. Hit done, and now my link is in there. And when I click on that as a student, it will go to google.com. If you click the drop down, there are 2 types of links. External links are what I just did, but you can also say course links, and it will open the side window. And it has links to everywhere in your course. So if I wanted a link back to my home page, I could put it right there, and clicking on that would take me back to my home page. It also puts your assignments and everything in, so you can link all over the place within your course. After the link button, we have the insert picture button. By default, it brings this box up. Now this works a couple ways. If I want to, I can click on this and browse through my computer and find a picture. Or I can just go into my other window here and grab a picture that I have waiting on my desktop, drag it over here and drop it, and it will put the picture there. It has alt text, so this is good for people who might be vision impaired and have screen readers. Okay, so I'd say picture of Chris or picture of a bearded guy. When I'm done, I click submit, and it will drop that picture in there. You can also click the drop down and see course images, and that is all the different images that I have uploaded for this class. So if you've ever used one image and want to reuse it, it's right there. The other option on that was user image, and that's images not only from your class, but from things that you've put in general into Canvas. Next we've got the media button, and it works about the same way, except you can drag videos in here as well. And a feature that we won't go into detail here, but is pretty cool, is the record media. When I click that, it brings up the camera on my Chromebook or laptop, and it allows me to start recording videos. You can even change it around and do no video and just record audio. And that will insert that audio right in the Rich Content Editor. Close some of those windows. So after that, we've got the Insert Document button. It does the same thing, except it's for documents like Word files and things like that, or PDFs. It will insert it right into the Rich Text Editor. Next, we've got a couple pretty useful ones. These two will allow you to actually embed Google Drive files. So when I click that, it's going to ask me my account. When I say select file, it will actually let me browse through my Google Drive, pick a file, and embed that file into my page. I'm not going to wait for this to come up. It's very simple. Once you find the file, you just click it and it will drop it into a box in your page. The next button does the same thing, but it does it with YouTube videos. So for example, if I had a video that I wanted to show on Beowulf, I could simply search it out and find it and insert it. Or if you have a video and you know the URL straight to that video, you can paste that in there, hit enter, and it will search that up. Notice that when you embed YouTube, you get the choice of small, medium, or large. We'll do small right here, and that's what it looks like. Moving along, you've got your plugin button. That basically allows you to do Google Drive or YouTube as well. You probably won't use that one too much. Moving on to the next section. This is some simple text formatting. This one allows you to pull down and choose either left flush, right flush, or centered. The next button over does the same thing, but with bulleted lists. So if we have a list of things that we want to put in here, we can simply click the bulleted list button to get that, and I've got that centered, so let's clear that up a little bit so it looks better. There we go. If I didn't want a bulleted list but want a numbered list, that option is here in the drop down, and you notice they have lettered lists, numbered lists, some different bullet types and things like that to play around with. This next one allows you to indent or, clicking the drop down, unindent. This next button is super helpful because a lot of times you'll copy and paste some text in, but it has formatting that you just can't get rid of. This is the clear formatting button. So everything that I've highlighted here, when I click this button, the formatting simply goes away. The next button allows you to insert a table. We won't go into that too much, but that's how you insert a basic table. We'll have some other videos on that. The next button allows you to open the equation editor, and this basically allows you to use non-standard characters to create an equation. That's a pretty simple one there, but it will insert them as a picture, not text. Finally, our last button is the embed button. And if you have embed code that you've created on another site to allow you to embed something in a page, this is where you punch the code in and it will embed that in your Canvas page. And that's it. That is a quick tour of your rich content editor.